This is Scholar Strife doing some math today. Uh, Instead of doing one-step equations, two-step equations, we're gonna do multiple-step equations. Um, so step one, rewrite the equation. Step two, simplify both sides. If they have like terms, you put them together. Um, get your x's together on one side, and then get it alone. Get your answer. All right, here we go. Solve this guy. So we need to get variables. Get the variable. Variable. On both sides. Alright. So, you can pick whether the left or right, but it's easier if I add x here and x here. So I'll get 3x plus 3 equals 9. Okay. Now we're going to get the variable term unknown. Okay. So we're going to get rid of this plus 3 by subtracting 3 to both sides. And we'll get 3x equals 9 minus 3 is 6. Divide both sides by 3. And we'll get x equals 2. Okay. Example 2. Hey, remember that distributive property from unit 2.1? Okay. So we're going to use the distributive property. Okay, so first thing we need to do is simplify both sides. So this is negative, so negative 4 times 6 is negative 24x. Negative 4 times a negative 2 is plus 8. Okay? Negative times a negative is a positive. And then we have 64. Okay? Subtract 8 from both sides and get negative 24x equals 56. Yeah. And that'll give us... Well, actually, first we have to divide by negative 24 to both sides. Does negative 24 go evenly into 56? No, it doesn't. So x equals 56 over negative 24. Can we reduce this? Yes, we can. Let's try 2. So I'm dividing both the top and bottom by 2. And I'll get 28 and 12. Which will become... So, because they're both even, that means I can divide by 2 again. Negative 14 over 6, which is negative 7 over 3. So you could have divided by let's see, you could have divided by 8. Yeah, 8 goes into 56 7 times, 8 goes into 24 3 times. Okay. Let's do another one. Okay, 2x plus 7 times the quantity x minus 3 make our rainbows. So 2x plus 7x minus 7 times 3, which is 21, equals 6. So add our like terms. So I get 9x minus 21 equals 6. Now I'm going to add 21 to both sides and get 9x equals 27. And we finally get x alone by dividing both sides by 9. X equals 3. So 40 equals 2 times the quantity 10 plus 4k. So 40 equals 2 times 10 is 20. 2 times 4k is 8k. Plus 2k. So I have 40 equals 20 plus 10k. I mean, you only need a 4K screen. You can't really tell the difference between... I mean, you could maybe tell a slight difference between 8K and 4K. But our eyes only work pretty much till, like, 4K, really. Subtract 20. And we'll get 20 equals 10K. Divide by 10. K equals 2. Alright, next page. Easier to multiply both sides by the denominator. Okay. So normally we use the distributive property and multiply that and that. But another way we can do it is by multiplying both sides by the denominator. So I'm going to multiply both sides by the denominator. So 4 times 3/4 a minus 5 equals 9 times 4. Okay, and then I'm just going to put this in a different color, actually, just to make sure that you know what I'm doing. So there's the original equation. I'm going to multiply both sides by the denominator, and that'll cancel out with that. So I'll have 3 times a minus 5 equals 36. Okay. Now, I can distribute. Or I can divide. So I'm going to do this in 2 different methods. So method 1, I'll do that in red. So method 1, dividing by 3. So I'm going to divide 3 to both sides. That'll go away. And I'm left with a minus 5 equals 12. So I add 5 over. A equals 17. So that's one way to do it. Okay, and you can only do this division and multiplication first if it's like this situation where the a is in a parentheses. Think of it as 3/4 waiting to get inside the room, and a minus 5 are in the room. Okay, so we can get rid of the people outside the room first. And then we can get rid of the people, once we get rid of the people outside the room, we can get rid of the people inside. So let's look at method 2. Let's do this in blue. So method 2, distribute. So once again I had 3a minus 5 equals 36. So I'm going to distribute. So I have 3a minus 15 equals 36. I'm going to add 15 to both sides. And get 3a equals 51. Divide both sides by 3, and I'll get a equals 17. Same answer. Whichever way you prefer, either method 1 or method 2. It doesn't matter as long as you get the right answer and you show me how you got there. All right. Let's do this. Checkpoint. So I'm going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal, which is just 2. 2 over 1. Okay. So these will cancel, and I'm left with 4x minus 2 equals 14. Add 2 to both sides. Get 4x equals 16. So x, divide by 4, and get x equals 4. So this question might pop up. When can we stop showing the steps? Not until you're done with... I'm trying to think. You'll always have to show the steps. In Algebra 1, geometry, you might be able to skip some steps, but when you're back in Algebra 2, you gotta show all the steps. So always show your steps. Algebra, language and math. Here we go. Oh, pardon me. Okay, easier to multiply both sides by 6. So these will cancel. So I get 5 times 2y plus 4 equals 60. And I'm going to just do method 1 like I did in the red earlier. And divide both sides by 5. So I'll get 2y plus 4 equals 12. Subtract 4 to both sides. Lastly, 2y equals 8. Divide by 2 to both sides. Y equals 4. Alright. Hopefully, this has helped you. If not, ask me or your teacher. Don't ask me on YouTube because I disabled the comments because there's been some naughty comments. Not about me, but there's a few negative ones about me, but it's mostly I deleted the comments. Right, I shut down the comments. So I don't know if you can actually delete them. But anyways, right. Have a good day.